Here are some Week 8 running back room notes that can apply to fantasy football in Week 9. Feel free to pause at any time. In Atlanta, Algier had his best fantasy week, seeing 60% of the snaps. Huntley had 36% of the snaps, but Patterson might be back, who had 22, 10, and 17 attempts weeks 1 through 3. When Patterson is back and healthy, I feel like he is going to take away a lot from both Algier and Huntley. For Baltimore last week, Gus Edwards was hurt and left the game early. Kenyon Drake took over the load and had a good game. Right now, Edwards is day-to-day, so Kenyon Drake might be a good play this week. Devin Singletary saw 75% of the snaps last week, 15 total touches. James Cook played a role as well, but the Bills traded for Nyheim Hines, who I feel like is going to take away the James Cook role and the ceiling for Devin Singletary because of the pass catching. Chuba Hubbard left Week 7 with an injury. Deonta Foreman saw 54% of the snaps and then 68% last week. He had 2 games of exactly 118 rushing yards. Even if Hubbard is back, I feel like he just takes some passing work, and Foreman is the lead back in Carolina. Big difference in snap percentage for David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert for Chicago last week, but there was only a difference of 2 total touches. Back-to-back weeks of 15-plus fantasy points might make Khalil Herbert a flex play. DeAndre Swift only had 10 touches last week. Jamal Williams had 13, but he scored 2 touchdowns. They said that DeAndre Swift is not 100%. He didn't practice on Wednesday. There's a chance he doesn't play or is limited, making Jamal Williams a good play for this week. A.J. Dillon's snap percentage has trended down in the wrong direction. Aaron Jones just had 24 total touches. The one thing here is that Detroit is a really soft matchup, so it could mean the potential for A.J. Dillon to get extended work. Taylor didn't practice on Wednesday for the Colts. Hines got dealt to Buffalo. Deion Jackson scored 13.1 and 28.1 fantasy points in the games he saw the majority of the snaps. He had a 10-catch week. Could he be the new Hines? Pacheco was named the starter before the bye last week, but in reality, all of these guys, Pacheco, CEH, and Jerick McKinnon, had iffy snap percentages and all shared work. It's really murky over there. Ronnie Rivers for the Rams had 12 total touches to Henderson's 6. I believe he was sick or hurt. Cam Akers might be returning. It's another murky situation. Chase Edmonds is out of Miami, but now Raheem Mostert is reunited with his former teammate Jeff Wilson, who I feel like is more of an insurance policy for the Miami Dolphins running back. Ramondre Stevenson is still balling out despite Damian Harris being in the mix, especially in the passing department. I feel like James Robinson's role is going to continue to grow in the New York Jets offense. Rachaad White continues to get work and might be one of the better handcuffs in the NFL. Then for the Commanders, Brian Robinson went from 47% of the snaps to 25% in Week 8. Antonio Gibson has been much more efficient than him the last 2 weeks. McKissick looks banged up. Don't be surprised if Gibson wins his job back.